Hey everybody, what's up? I know it's been a while since I've shown anything more than a few minutes or a few seconds worth of gameplay, so I've been pretty hard at work for a while for this. I've been busy with some other stuff too, but just wanted to get some of this out here for you guys. I know that I haven't shown a lot of updates outside of, like I said, just a few seconds of little fixes here and there. But I want to go over some stuff. I've got this set up to show you some comparisons between Juggernaut's hack and 1.3 UMK3 Plus. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump into it. Going to start right at the very beginning. Going to go through some of the stages and just kind of show you the I'll show you some of the things that I've fixed, enhanced, go through some of the stages. There's also going to be some image enhancements, uh, uh, some audio fixes, some Easter eggs, and a long-standing glitch that's been fixed at the very end. So stick with me through it. I'm going to go ahead and jump right in. I'm going to have the audio on for 1.3. I'm going to keep it silent on Juggernaut's hack for now until I uh, show off a couple of the audio fixes that I did. So just going to go ahead and get right into it. And we're going to start. Let's go to Juggernaut's hack and get it started here. So I want to show you a few things. Uh, so we'll go here and we'll just pause it. So you see here, one of the fixes, of course, is getting the characters in front of Human Smoke and Noob. That's been fixed several versions ago. I'll compare it when I get there. But the big thing that I want to show you now is one that now there are borders uh, for Human Smoke and Noob Saibot. So I will here with that. All right, let's put her on pause. So here you can see that there are now borders around Human Smoke and Noob Saibot. As far as the select screen portrait goes, still working on getting Noob's graphics imported onto the revision chips. That might still be a while. But for the time being, it's there. Um, so if we put both games up, obviously you can see as soon as I bring this up here. There it is. So yeah, there you can see the differences, obviously. So the borders make it look, I guess, like fuller. I don't know, but it definitely makes it look like they should both be there. So the other thing now, if you look at Human Smoke's portrait, it's a lot more like the Juggernaut portrait. It's not perfect, but the background is a lot better than what it was previously. Shout out to Conqueror for that one. He didn't give me the palette, but he gave me a tool that helps fix the palettes a little more scientifically instead of a best guess method. So, and then for 1.3, I've also input uh, darkening palettes for Human Smoke and Noob Saibot. So I'm going to do that really quick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reset here and I'm going to go into 4-player mode because there's a couple things I want to show you. So here you see the darkened palette for Human Smoke and for Noob Saibot. Other thing I want to show you, just 1 second. Alright, so let's zip back over here to 1.2, get it going, and let's first go with Twin Human Smokes. Okay, so we're going to bring up Twin Human Smokes. Okay, so you see here, it's Human Smoke. They're on both sides. They're the same color. So let's take it back over to 1.3. So you see here that when we compare the two, games, you'll see that Human Smoke on the left, I actually lightened up his player one uh, palette a little bit, not much, just a few shades, and then player two is significantly uh, darker. And the reason behind that is if you look at Human Smoke's outfit here, when it goes into the game, it's actually a little bit lighter. Uh, it's actually a little bit lighter than his versus screen portrait. So I lightened it up a little bit. And now when we go into 1.3,
Round one, fight.
See it's and it's definitely more visible with player two. You can see there's definitely a darker palette. So let's go ahead and reset this. Give me just a second. I forgot to configure the UI for this one. We need soft reset. Let's make soft reset a Z. Okay. So we'll soft reset this bad boy. And then we will also reset 1.3.
You will never win.
So pause that there real quick. Get this going. I want to point this out. A couple things. Of course, you see the portraits are obviously, or the not the portraits, but the character palettes are obviously different. That was again changed back in like the second beta or maybe the third. So we're gonna go here. Okay, so I just want to point a few things out. So you can see where they are identical. And if your screen is anywhere near as bright as mine and you have a discerning eye, you can see where there's some red, he's got some red schmutz going on in his uniform. And Human Smoke and Scorpion also share that. So if we jump over back to, let's go to both games and then hit up 1.3. There's a couple other things here at the versus screen I want to show you too. I'm just going to let it play through. Okay, so now that we're here, obviously the Noob Saibot portraits are fixed, fixed. He's, a little bit darker. He's got some skin tone, and the red schmutz is gone, and his outfit more accurately portrays what he looks like during the fights. The other thing I want to draw your attention to is the dragon in the top right corner. If you look at 1.2, you'll see just in the top right how the screen's kind of cut off. The dragon doesn't actually get all the way over to the right hand edge of the screen. Now, I will preface that and I will say this, that if you're on a CRT, like the original, like the arcade cabinet, if you haven't converted to an LCD in your arcade cabinet, or if you're playing on MAME and you're using, a computer monitor, flat screen TV, whatever, a non-CRT, you'll notice it. But if you're still using like an original CRT, or if you're somehow, for whatever reason, playing on a tube TV, some of these changes you may not see because of overscan on CRTs. But having said that, you see here where the screen is cut off. Now, if we go over to 1.3, you'll see where it fills out the entire screen. So with that, we're gonna have to reset again, I think, because um, that takes care of the select screen fixes and the versus screen stuff. So gonna reset this. I'm also going to reset. I'm gonna reset this, and then we're just gonna go stage by stage.
You will never win.
See, we'll start with go in the order of. All right, so 1.3, it's a very subtle change.
You will never win. Smoke Scorpion.
Okay, so if you watch the light, you saw that it took a few seconds, like a second and a half, I guess, for the light to start flickering. Now here we are immediately in round 1, and we get it going.
Round 1. Fight.
See, it starts just a little bit sooner, and I will display that again in just a second.
Smoke wins. Flawless victory. Round 2.
So you see it starts like right away. The light flicker starts right away. And so on 1.2, it waits, just a second before it starts. So that was just a fringe enhancement. The other thing to show you is, of course, couldn't get away without showing this one.
Scorpion wins. Flawless
Actually, while
victory.
we're here, let's
Round 3.
do
Fight.
an audio fix because we can. Okay, so we are going to put 1.3 on pause, and we're going to go over here. So let's actually, darn it. I have to turn the volume back up. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I know I'm going to get some dislikes for this. I
Excellent.
know my hater will probably show up and dislike this video too. But that's okay. Be real quick though.
Kitana. Scorpion. Round 1.
Okay,
Fight.
so I'm going to go and do this fatality on Scorpion, and I want you to listen for his scream, his death scream when he gets his head cut off. Well, at least this way I'll get to showcase
Flawless
2
victory.
audio fixes.
Round
Alright.
2.
So of course you're aware of this. Okay. You're aware of the audio getting cut off. Go over here to 1.3, UMK3 Plus, and a big shout out to Z1228. We got this one figured out because we were going with muting the blood spatter in order to get over here and come here to come out and not get interrupted by the blood spatter, of course. Now, he found out, and then through what he found out, I was able to research a little bit further and get the next audio fix. This one goes to him though. We got blood spatter back, and we got the full screen.
Get over here!
Hear it again.
Come here!
So that's kind of nice. Okay, so anyway, let's pause pause that bad boy and get back over to 1.2. So you've heard, so that fix is good. So now, if you say so, it's like I said, listen for Scorpion's scream here.
Finish him. Katana wins. Fatality.
Okay, so you heard how that got cut off. So let's go back over to 1.3, do some small combos, maybe.
Well done.
Alright, anyway. So listen here.
Finish him. Smoke wins. Flawless victory. Fatality.
So those are just two of the audio fixes at this point. Basically what happened was for some reason, the male death scream, like Striker, Human Smoke, Scorpion, Cabal, their death scream, for whatever reason, was given a lower sound priority. And by raising the sound priority to a level similar to the other characters' death screams, we were able to get the sound to come out the way that it should and not get cut off by the next sound that comes in. So that's the audio fix for that. Okay, so then I showed you the subway. So let's go next. Hang with me here. And see the next stage that we have some fixes in is the rooftop. So I have two different sets of buttons that I'm working. So these next two should go hopefully pretty smoothly.
Round one. Fight.
Okay. So let's get back over to this. The roof is broken. Alright. This is quick.
Scorpion.
Okay, so we're gonna zone to 1
Fight.
full screen. Alright, so first thing, it's kind of hard to see, but it's okay. So now it's a lot easier to see. Right here on the right hand edge of the screen, you can see how there's black, and then the whatever that thing is shows up over top of it, because the background layer is shifted too far to the left. Let me put on infinite time so I don't cut this thing out. So there's that, and then if we walk over here to the right, you'll see at the left where it's cut off. See right over there where it's cut off. And then if we go over more, you can see the background there being cut even more so. Over here, it's also cut off. It looks like it actually might be worse on this side. So, having said that, let's go over to 1.3. Get it moving. So come over here, and you see when we get over, it still cuts it, but the background is actually not big enough to cover the entire screen. So what I did was I moved it 1 pixel to the right, so that there's just barely noticeable, as opposed to very noticeable. If we moved it over anymore, you would be seeing more noticeable on the left and not noticeable on the right. So let's go over into the corner here. And you can see where that is taken care of. Go over all the way right, and you see where the gargoyle and his stand are all the way over there. So that
Finish him.
scorpion.
Wins. Fatality.
And you can see where the screen's kind of darkened, but hold on. Okay, there we go. So over here, back on 1.2, we'll throw both games up. Maybe. Takes it a second. There it is. And you can see on the right, on Juggernaut's Hacker 1.2, you see where the screen is much more, or the background's broken there. So let's go to the next fix. All right, so the next fix we have is the balcony. And again, guys, I'm sorry this is taking me so long to get through so much of this crap. Okay, so let's go here. Pause it. And let's go here. Pause this. Let's change. Balcony. I should be using save states for this, but not. So we look at this.
Ermac wins. Flawless victory. Round 2.
What?
Fight.
That didn't work. What in the world? I should probably edit this, but yeah, the balcony up. Oh well. It is what it is. All energy now.
Finish him. Ermac wins. Flawless victory.
Okay, so now we can go to the balcony. Sorry about that.
Scorpion. Ermac.
Scene's power.
Round 1.
Alright, there we go.
Fight.
Alright. So let's do the 1.2 thing over here. Pop it in full screen. And I'll show you some of the fun things I found. Alright, so this is pretty blatant. So a couple things. You see at the top the wall behind Motaro. It's cut off at the top. It's pretty bad. And then let Ermac hit the ground. Maybe. There it is. And you can see where it's broken there. So you can jump, it's broken, and then it's broken back there. You can see where that wall is broken at the top there. Kind of minor details, but so let's kind of try to bring it back to the center here. And then 3 after we pause this. Go back to 1.3. Let it do its thing.
1. Fight.
Oh, that's why I'm not getting Sans powers, because I'm using it as I come back to it to get to the stage. Damn, sorry about that. Okay. Okay, so here you can see where it is no longer broken. Okay. So it's broken. And over here, you can see the same thing. So that's the balcony.
Finish him. Ermac wins.
Okay. Pausey. Go back here. It's gonna reset. So So give me just a second, because next up is going to be the bridge. And actually, let me reset. Let me send the volume back down on Juggernaut.
Scorpion. Scorpion. Ermac. Round one. Fight.
So, okay, so you didn't hear me talking a lot there, because I had the mute on, and so I was talking about how much of an idiot I am with MAME stuff. Um, so, okay, so see here the bridge stage is pretty broken. So a couple things I'll point out. On the left, of course, you can see where the building is cut off by, it looks like this gray building is cut off like by more like what this building is here, like right here. So also on the right hand side, going all the way up, is all the way up. Again, that's where the background layer, all the way in the back, was offset too far over to the right. So like when the things come in front of it, it doesn't show up. But here, you can see it does. And also, I mean, man, this is horrible right here. Just how badly broken that is. Like nothing lines up with the corner. And the thing is, on the CRTs, you can barely see that. You might not be able to see it at all on a CRT, actually. So let me bring up, let me bring them both up here. And we will start this back up.
Round one. Fight.
So you'll see here, corner, you'll see that it is now fixed on that end. And then come back here. You'll also notice where the background does not cut off. There's nothing in front of it. You see it there. It's broken. 1.2 Juggernaut. Back here, of course. Go all the way back. So, see where it's been updated. So that's really all there is for the bridge right now. My plan is to randomize some of these moving trash elements, like maybe make the wind slower some rounds than others, make the wind move faster than others, possibly even make them go in the opposite direction. So here's that. So let's go next. Bell tower. There's nothing on that hasn't already been fixed in previous releases, so I'm not going to touch that. The temple, that is a big one. So I will go to the temple here real quick. characters.
Flawless victory. Round 2.
Okay. Okay. My wife just brought me some water. So, let's do this over here too. So what combat zone as temple. And then let's do some awesome Ermat combos to get it moving. Oh boy, I am not good at this stuff. I don't know why that didn't work. I'm sorry, guys. Why the temple? All right. Anyway, well, reset. There we go. Okay. Now maybe this will work. I don't know. What? What is going on here? Unless did I put in the wrong code? Come on, I'm not that big of a scrub, am I? There's no way. Maybe I am. Oh my goodness, guys. I'm sorry. Okay. The temple. I'm not going to touch a combat code, okay? We'll see what happens. Alright, I don't know what's going on here. Give me a second. And the roof is off. Okay, so it's on. Now let's turn it off. Now let's set the temple. Okay, now, Kano, do your thing. Take his lunch money. Let's see what happens. Maybe it'll work, I don't know. Oh my lord. Okay. We don't know what's causing this, so we're gonna do a hard reset. Zerp. And you have to resize all this crap. Give me a second. Guys, I am so sorry. This is pathetic. I know it is. You don't have to tell me. Don't bother to tell me in the comments because I already know that it is. Okay, so here we go. Cheat. Infinite time. And the temple. Alright. Quickly. See if we can get this done because this is already longer than I wanted it to be. There we go. Good God. Okay. Alright. Back to Juggernaut. Now, I'm going to do it this way. Just to show you how broken this stage is, okay?
Fight!
You're going to stand there, and I'm going to get this all the way over. Okay. So, okay, here is 1.2 in Juggernaut's hack, right? I'm going to go directly over. And you can see how beautiful it looks now. 1.2. 0.3. 1.2. Let's look at how poorly this stage is put together. Okay. Let's pause it there at the top. You see where it's broken off, where there's that much vertical space. So let's go back 3 and do the same thing. Oh, look at that. There's just barely a little bit, I think. Not even enough to notice. If you're on an LCD, you'll see it. If you're on a CRT, you probably wouldn't even see the top bars to begin with. But anyway, so if we compare them side by side, you see where obviously the dark spot, it's black and there's nothing back there. That's just black background. Right there. Totally gone. Totally fixed. So let's go back to 1.2 and further evidence of just how broken this stage was. Does the same thing back here, but then like the very top up here gets completely cut off. And then there's like this little border right here at the edge, or like they just forgot to connect it or something. I don't know. But let's take 1.3 and move it directly over. Confession time, guys. The reason that the Juggernaut stuff is not going so well, I'm trying to switch stuff around, is because I'm using an older version of MAME to display it. I couldn't use the same version of MAME on both of these in different instances, even running them out of different folders with the capture program that I have. When it looks for it, it's looking for the same window titles, looking for the same program. So when it's doing that, I can't actually have both of them running on the same version of MAME. But okay, so there's that excuse. I'm full of them tonight. 1.2, 1.3. It's beautiful. You can actually see where, in order to remove the bars, I did raise up the pillars by a few pixels, but it doesn't make it look. It doesn't actually make it look bad. It actually looks fairly decent. Like you can see right here. Okay, so let's take 1.2. Let's move 1.2 back over. Okay, so you can see where the pillars, like if we look, and we see like the pillar right here, and we move to 1.3, like so we can see a little more of the pillar, but it doesn't break it at the top. Like you can't. It's not like you see like some dead space here. Like that pillar looks like, that pillar looks like it's good, being right where it is. So, but that was the fix. So let's go to the next stage, shall we? But actually, no, let's do this. Let's put both of them at the same time. I don't know why 1.3 wants to wait before it displays. Let's go here and just see how good it looks. It does. It's getting late. I'm kind of slap happy because I didn't sleep much last night. I've been really busy today. It's just another excuse from Ted drops us from the tournament. But I mean, look how cool that is. I mean, that's a nice fix. Really helps round out the stage and make it look fuller. So anyway, all right. Stop it, rain. All right. So let's go to the next stage. It's got something done with it. Graveyard. That's from a previous release, so I'm not going to show that. Pit 3, that is a perpetual work in progress. My God. All right, the waterfront is next. So let's knock rain out here.
Scorpion wins. Flawless victory.
And pause. And let's do the same thing over here with Katana. And let's go to the waterfront. Set it. And let Katana do her thing. Alright. I don't know if it's going to let me do this or not. I might have to reset the stupid game again. But we'll find out. Nope. There we go. Okay. Alright. So, pull this up here. Alright. So, of course, the one thing that I've always heard was, hey, Drusus, can you get the purple off of the screen? So there's some purple there. If you can't see that, you're blind. You might actually even be able to see that in the arcade. I don't know. Maybe on a CRT. Sorry. And then of course that big honking amount of purple right there on the left, which looks atrocious. So 1.3. Let's check it out. So we're going to go over here. Now, I also want to bring your attention to, oh yes, um, this little stage pillar over here um, was there the entire time, but it was so far off the screen, it would take a few seconds of using the free fly camera to get over to it. So I dragged it back in. Like, you don't actually see the full asset itself. There's actually two pieces there. You don't actually see the entire thing. It's like this pillar of the bridge, and then like this kind of like guardrail thing here. That's the two pieces of the asset. So if we go to both games, you will see we got bridge piece, and what it does is it covers that purple thing. It's basically just uncovered background layer. So that's that. So let's take 1.2 back over to this side, and a couple things. So if you look at 1.2, you see kind of a cluster of like broken looking crap, some more like purple there, some purple down here, and of course, you know, the ton of purple there. So again, that's stuff that on the CRT you wouldn't see. So a lot of these edge fixes, I'm going to stop saying it, okay? If it's on a CRT, some of these fixes you won't see on the very edges, some of them you will. So 1.3. Roll over here, and you will notice that, oh, there is no more purple. Okay, and let's roll all the way over to the edge, and let's put 1.2 all the way over on the edge, so I can bring something else to your attention. So when we shift it here, you'll see that the bridge piece is actually moved down a little bit. That was just my doing, because I thought it looked a little neater, it looked a little more broken down. That may change, it may not, I don't know, but if you pull up both games, you'll see where it actually sits just a few pixels lower. But yeah, if you walk it out, you'll see where there is no purple, and then there is a lot of purple. So you see it there, and then let's roll it over some more, where you see some purple and no bridge, and then you roll it over here, and you see no purple, and you see some brand new, really good looking bridge. So and there's a little something about rain here that you're about to find out that right now rain is not finishable. That's because some fatalities on him are still crashing the game in my build. But he's not finishable right now because of that. And when I finish completing making his special moves, then when that's done, I will I'll make him finishable again. But for right now, he's not finishable. So let's look some more at this awesome select screen. Let's go to some tail and the next stage to fix. So there were some previously fixes in Scorpion's lair. Some previously implemented items in Scorpion's lair from a previous release. We moved, whatever. Moved the right skull back onto the screen. But let's go to Scorpion's lair here, and let me... I'm just gonna... Over here on 1.2, let me finish this up, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so here we are, 1.2. Alright, so obviously I'm going to go to the left because you know what's on the right already. So there's a couple weird things here. So if you look right here, you see some like black smudges right here. It's another one of those where they didn't make the background there, like the very back piece, quite long enough, or it wasn't shifted over to the right. Um, and LCDs and stuff, you obviously see it like crazy, and it kind of goes in and out, up and down. It's weird, and it looks pretty bad. Um, so over on the left, of course, we see some more LCD screen nightmares. Right there, that's it's gross. So 1.3.
Fight!
You see where there's no black spots over here. There it is. Mr. Oh my, I gotta fix that. I actually thought I had that part fixed. Unless this building just completely runs out of fixes. Oh crap. Nope, we're good. Okay, I just have to move that. I just have to move the skull one more pixel over to the right. It'll get done. Anyway. So, yeah. You see here there is no more LCD screen hell for hell. So, there's that. So, we go next to the cave. This is great.
Nightwolf wins.
Okay, this one, I get asked about this one a lot because this one, it's already the worst stage in UMK3, like by a long shot.
Round 1. Fight!
It's already the worst stage in UMK3, like by a long shot. So, let's go. Oh, actually, we can do this. Oh, look! We're there. What you didn't see happen was you didn't see me uppercut Scorpion through. So, anyway, here we are. Broken, broken, broken. Like, I don't even have to tell you what's wrong with this stage. I mean, look. Look. I mean, look. Oh, okay. So, first off, like, it just cuts off right here. That's terrible. And then, like, the stairs, they break off and it goes up and, like, what happens here, right? And the other side of the screen does the exact same thing. Okay? Now, if we run back over to 1.3, you will see, as we go through here, okay, you will see that the staircase parallaxes ever so slightly. I mean, very little. It's almost not noticeable. Just enough to where it doesn't break and to where it goes up without breaking when it moves. Just enough so you can see it parallaxing just a little bit in the background. So same thing over here. And so if we go a little 1.2, wow, I mean that's that's like night and day difference. The other thing that I'm working on as well is the other thing I'm working on is getting some animations restored. The clouds, like if you look at I think Mortal Kombat Trilogy, if you go up here in Mortal Kombat Trilogy 1, the floor's flashing. I don't know if I can do that, but the clouds are in this game. They're not referenced, but they're built. So there will be some clouds up here. It's not in this build, but it's in there. So 1.2, 1.3, so much better. So much better. So that's that. So let's look at Jade's Desert. That was the LCD hell was fixed in a previous release. All right, let's go to the Blue Portal. That's a good one. Now this one,
Scorpion
you will see
wins.
some obvious differences.
Flawless victory. Round 2. Fight.
Portal Just gotta kill off Scorpion here real quick. There we go. Okay. Oh man. It's because I used the combat code. Sorry about that. Ah, man, I suck at this. Blue portal. It's a funny looking blue portal. Blue portal. There we go. Okay. Alright, so here's the blue portal, and of course the big one is Drew. When I jump, I can see a black bar. When I uppercut somebody, I can see a black bar. It's very, very annoying. I understand that. So, let's have a look-see. Fix for that. So, you can kind of see where the portal's up a little bit higher now. So, this is one of those where I think you actually would see this even on the old CRTs, which is why I was such a ticket Oh, the Mac are so awesome. Anyway, so let's move this back and let's go back to 1.2. Let's pause it and get Katana to stop jumping around. Okay, so 1.2. 3, you see where the portal itself has raised up some. And the reasoning for that is, well, stop that. And the reason the portal raised is if I left the portal where it was and leaving the portal where it is and then putting something on top of it, the background did not look correct. Like it changed right here and it looked really funny. Sorry about that. Okay, so and then we go back to 1.2 and we jump and we see that 1.3. Oh, there we go. So you see it there, 1.2. Both games, it comes in. I don't know why it does that. It just does. Here it comes. I just had to pause it. So you see where it's a little bit higher up. The portal is, and then the other thing is stop jumping around. So in order to mitigate this, I added a little bit extra, added another couple of tiles at the bottom of the screen. Otherwise, the very bottom of the screen down here would be black. So let's go 1.3. Like the screen down here would have been like completely black. Now we go to, you see like there's very little change. It's a very subtle change, but it's there. So let's go to
Ermac win.
okay. So now we'll go to the red portal, and this is my stage that I created. Well, as a placeholder.
Flawless victory. Round 3. Fight.
Okay, so the enhancement here, same deal. I just moved it up, and then I actually added another tile of like the little walkway or whatever you want to call this, choose your destiny crap. Added it down here, so it's not just black down here. I've been working on randomizing the portal spark, and giving it a sound effect. Haven't implemented it yet, but it's on its way. You guys don't want to hear me drinking water and coughing. That's why I occasionally mute the audio. But anyway, so there's that, and I believe that's all I have for the screen, the background fixes. The other thing I want to demo, I'm just going to leave it up on 1.3 now because 1.2 is pretty much done with that for now. There's a little bit left, but so where was I? Oh yeah, I want to show you guys the win streak. Okay, you see here where Ermac's got 5, Scorpion's got 0. Okay, and right now, the way that Juggernaut's hack in 1.2 works is it'll only ever show the latest winner on screen. So like it'll never show 5 wins up here and 4 wins over here. And of course, that's something I implemented in the first beta. So what I've done though is I got creative with some coding and stuff, and I brought back the leaderboard screen, but it will also keep the wins tally the way it's going. What it does is, in the logic of the game, in the code, it also keeps track of a win streak totally independently of these wins here. So I'm going to KO Scorpion, or KO Ermac.
Get over here! Scorpion wins. Flawless victory.
There's the leaderboard. So typically in the old days of Juggernaut 1.2, that would have taken me back down to 0 wins.
Round 1.
But here you see where it's 5 wins. It's 1 win. Now to prove this, actually let's just do this, okay?
Scorpion wins.
Because in previous versions, as soon as somebody got the 5 wins, because it was looking for this number as to if you were going to get on the leaderboard, okay? And so after a loss, every time, once you got the 5 wins, it would keep bringing back the leaderboard, so it was removed. So in creating the separate logic, like I said, it is creating it's creating a separate tally for a win streak than it is the wins. So previously,
Finish it.
when Ermac would go down, the leaderboard would come back up.
Flawless victory.
And it's gone. And of course you saw before where Scorpion had 2 wins.
Smoke Scorpion. Round
So
1.
it's still 5-2, and of course that will keep going and going. So at this point, I would like to transition on. Let me get the combat zone off of here. It really shouldn't matter.
Don't make me laugh.
Trust me, Shao. I've probably done that quite a bit already. Okay, so in the first beta, there was some stuff that was polarizing. Some people really liked it. A lot of people didn't like it, so it got changed back, and that was the character select screen. Of course, now all you have to do, if you would be so inclined, if to access it, all you have to do now is after hitting start, simply hold combination of inputs, and you get to select the old first beta select screen back.
You will never.
And since we're here, in order to access rain, all you have to do is hold a couple combinations of buttons. There's Mr. Rain.
Round one. Fight.
So there's one of the Easter eggs. Actually, two of the Easter eggs. My bad. So there's another one.
You will never.
This works against any of the cyber ninjas.
Round one. Fight.
Kano.
Finish it.
You have to hold a certain button combination. You'll have to figure that one out on your own, of course. Can't be giving all my secrets away. But this one, it's very crude, and there's a reason that it's an Easter egg. It's a cyber skeleton, if you can't tell, but it looks, well, it looks kind of weird. But you can see kind of some of the robot-y parts, like the artificial knee, shin, whatever the heck that is. So yeah, that's out there. Um, yeah, it's kind of it's weird looking. It didn't get a palette, so it has like the regular skeleton palette, which doesn't look that great. Um, I will try to build another one, or uh, maybe reference an existing one, because also in the game, and it may be another Easter egg coming, when bodies explode, there are cyber body parts. Like when you uppercut somebody and they explode in explosive combat, or if they explode in a fatality, there's uh, uh, there's just bones right now for all the characters. But in the game, in the code of the game, there are sprites of like cyber bones, like this one. So that's out there. It's a possibility. We'll see.
Fatality.
So, how about one more Easter egg? And if you're familiar with the online community, there's always some kind of some kind of banter or people trash talking each other, whatever it is. One of the things was a question was asked: was there any coke found on the perpetrator? And simply put, there was no coke found on the perpetrator. So all you have to do is it's another button combination, and it can be player one, it can be player two, it can be both of them. It doesn't matter. If anybody knows to hit the whatever button that is that you have to input, this is kind of like a little tribute to Base and Sands. I think they were the ones that started it, but it's out there. If you do this combination, you will get the response that there was no coke found.
Fatality.
All right, and there's one more thing to show you guys, and there was a bug glitch, pretty bad one. The Shang Tsung Randper Morph Back bug, or as it's also known as the Sung Lock. And this is a pretty bad one because if you play Randper Combat and you choose Shang Tsung, it can get pretty ugly, and I will demonstrate that really quick. So let's go here, and we'll get us a couple of Shangs on screen. Hopefully it lets me put in a code. Yes, it did. Okay. Okay, so, all right. Let me pause it right there. So it's Scorpion and Nightwolf, but Shang's on screen. Now watch, I'm going to morph into a character. I'm going to morph into Sub-Zero. It's going to go to Melina. If you watch, it's going to go back to Shang. And the reason behind it It'll return to Shang in just a second. There it goes. But it still shows Katana's life bar, Reptile. Okay, let's go to Cyrax. And the reason behind this is the amount of frames that Shang stays morphed, does not is greater than the amount of frames that go on between when characters are randomly selected. So with that in mind, in a tick or two, he switched back. So here we have like Ermac, Cabal, like, I mean, that's bad. You got Scorpion, Cabal, all right. He's gonna go back to Shang Tsung in a minute. Jade. Oh, there we go. But now, okay, so we got Reptile. Okay, so we got Reptile, Kano, and then we got Sub-Zero and Shang Tsung on the screen. And like I said, the logic behind it is because the time frame, like if you morph, um, it's going to stay for however many frames, then he's going to morph back. But because of the logic that's put into the game, when Shang Tsung is on the screen at the beginning of a round, because of that, it breaks Rand per combat because it always wants Shang Tsung to be Shang Tsung after after however many frames. It's the same code that gives human smoke and robot smoke the smoke effect. It's that same array of code. It's not the same code itself, obviously, but it's the same array. At round start, it assigns those abilities. And if you completely eliminate that from Shang, what will happen is you can morph, but he'll stay morph. He'll stay morphed. He won't morph back. And then when the round ends, it will say that the character wins that Shang was morphed into. So in this case, with Sub-Zero on the screen, it'll say Sub-Zero wins, even though it was Shang that was picked. It was not ran per combat because of that round start code that identifies Shang. It doesn't send him back to Shang after the designated amount of frames. It just morphs him into that character and keeps him there. So basically, what we've got going on here is if we go back to 1.3, I will quickly demonstrate this. We got through some code. And I was able to write some code out that basically said if the game mode is ran per combat, if Shang is chosen, completely zero that code out. Because like I said, only 3 characters, Robot Smoke, Human Smoke, Shang Tsung, have attributes in this array of code. So if it's ran per combat, then write that code as 0 and move on.
Fight, Cyrax.
So here you'll see
Shiva.
you actually have characters behaving as they should. Now, I'm going to wait for Shang to come back, and who knows how long that's going to take. I'm going to wait for Shang to come back, and when he does, actually, stop. I'm going to point this out real quick. The reason when Smoke becomes Smoke, he does not smoke, is because, again, at the round start, Smoke was not identified. And since Smoke was not identified at the round start, the smoke effect was not applied. Now, if Smoke were to win this round, the next round, he would start out smoking. Actually, let me see if I can demo that really quick. 0. 0 without that character. There we go. Now watch. He's going to smoke at the beginning of the round. And Katana's going to be on the other side. Oh, look at that. Ah, there's Shang. Yeah, come out. So now he's Cyrax, but he still shows Shang. And then morphs into Sonya, as he should. I will show you again once Shang gets back on the screen.
Striker Smoke.
Ball. 72 hours of ball.
Sub-Zero.
Come on, give me some Shang. And also, you get Noob Saibot, Human Smoke.
Wins.
Speak of the devil, you get Noob Saibot, Human Smoke, and Sub-Zero in this flavor of Rampart, or in this revision. Whereas in 1.2 in Juggernauts, you would never get anybody besides Hermit.
Shang Tsung. Sonya.
There's Cyrax and Shang. There we go. Okay, so it's Shang Tsung morphed to Cyrax. Okay? It's behaving the way that it should. And then it will completely turn to a new character in Shiva. So that's working correctly. That bug has been around for, well, what, 22, 23 years now? And got it fixed. Somebody brought it up. One of my friends brought it up to me the other day. Like, hey, the thing that sucks about Rampart is if, you win a Shang or you random select Shang and you Rampart combat, that's the biggest thing about the game that sucks. Can you do something about it? So I looked some code, and about 2 hours later, the code was finished. Did some optimization, and that took me a little bit longer. But the code was in place and fixed pretty quick. So that is an hour and 10 minutes that I hope you guys aren't clamoring for your lives back. I apologize for the wordiness. Some of the ignorance that I displayed of being not, I don't know, maybe not prepared, as prepared. Maybe not as ready to go as I thought. Had a few technical issues with a separate version of MAME. But just for grins, let's run this back and Rampart it up as Shang. Because it's so cool. I'm going to leave this here too. Because look at this, right? Remember this bug? Look, all the alternate character colors with Shang in the player 2 spot. That's not a problem anymore. And let's random that bad boy. And let's get back over here.
Shang Tsung.
This bad boy. Get this going back.
Round 1. Fight. Ermac wins. Jax. Sonya.
See how they are.
Exactor.
Core 1.2 in Juggernaut attack.
Sonya.
Sometimes you can get an interesting sound effect to come up if you Rampart
Sub-Zero.
and the proportion changes. So there's Shang and Shang still trying their best.
Superb. Sector Scorpion.
Give me some Shang here. Come on, help me out.
Shang Tsung. Cyrax. Well done. Reptile Jax. Reptile wins. Round 2. Fight. Melina.
That was kind of cool. Hit him on the relaunch. Oh, that poor dog. Oh, alright. Thanks, Uncle Kong, you jerk. Alright, well, that's all I've got for now, I think. So, I apologize for the length of the video and the technical issues. But it's kind of showing off kind of the things, some of the things that have been done lately. So, if you have any suggestions for more enhancements or changes, things that uh, don't necessarily affect gameplay as long as it's legitimately a bug fix, like the Shang fix and all that stuff. Um, Please, you know, I'm always open to suggestions. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for your patience, and I hope you enjoyed it. See ya.